Good evening, David Curnow with ABC News. An outbreak of the deadly Hendra virus has triggered a major biosecurity operation at two properties south of Brisbane. One horse has died and 30 others are being tested near Beaudesert. But what's worse for the small community is that 8 people may have been exposed, one significantly. A quarantine area is now in place and reporter Imogen Brennan is just outside it. Imogen, how big is this area of concern?
Well, David, Kerry is a small rural community just south of Beaudesert, and the property where the horse contracted the virus is quite isolated. That's where we are at the moment. We're actually down a dirt road. There aren't many homes or people around here at all. Biosecurity Queensland officials were out here today quarantining the property, and they've moved the 5 remaining horses on this piece of land to a smaller paddock just behind us. So they're really doing everything they can to stop the spread from outside this area to other areas in the region, but unfortunately it's not in enough time for those who have been inside already. Ray Webber has an anxious wait ahead. Authorities met with him this morning to talk about his chances of contracting the deadly Hendra virus.
Like a hammer, I suppose, eh? Like, who knows? Like, that was the last thing I would have thought of, you know?
On Saturday, he noticed one of the horses on his property at Kerry, south of Brisbane, was sick.
The horse was unsteady on its feet, it was depressed and not eating.
A vet was called to the property where the 2-year-old thoroughbred named Dave was on agistment. It died on Sunday after being taken to its owner's land at Beaudesert. Yesterday, tests confirmed the horse died from Hendra virus.
I'm absolutely blown away. I didn't think it'd be that. It shook me, you know, shook everybody.
Authorities have quarantined 5 other horses at Ray Webber's property and another 25 at the Beaudesert property. The vet who treated the animal was wearing gloves but no mask, and the property owner says he wasn't wearing any protective clothing.
I mean, if you find a horse sick in your paddock, you don't dress up like a spaceman to go and have a look at him.
Those that may have been exposed went to the hospital for testing this afternoon. It could be up to 3 weeks before they know they're in the clear. An antibody is available as an experimental treatment.
We only do that for those people who've had very high exposure.
It's the 15th Hendra outbreak since 1994. Of the 7 people who have contracted the virus, 4 people have died. One of those was David Lavelle's colleague, vet Ben Canine, in 2008.
You hate to think that these people might be exposed to that.
Researchers are working on a vaccine, but it's only in the trial stage.
It's just wonderful, and they're making tremendous progress. To have got as far as they have now so quickly has been wonderful. But there's no point them releasing the vaccine until they're sure that it works. Otherwise, it could do more harm than good.
So, Imogen, how has all this affected the community?
Well, David, the community is naturally very concerned. A lot of the properties around here have a number of horses on each one. We've also spoken with some neighbours out here today, and they've voiced their anger and concern at authorities because they say they weren't contacted to make them aware of the outbreak today or yesterday when authorities found out. Authorities say they will be setting up an information bus in nearby Beaudesert so people can go there and find out how to avoid this sort of outbreak in the future.
OK, thanks, Imogen. Imogen Brennan there outside Beaudesert.